Sony just announced the Burano, and as an FX6 Mark I owner, I feel like I need to say Mark I because the Mark II will come out eventually. This fixes so many things that I was complaining about. I gave a Mark II wish list in my last YouTube video, but let me just get into what they fixed and how this will help me as a documentary DP. So first thing, integrated V-mount plate. It doesn't sound important. I have the Tilta one here. It's good, it gets the job done. But having an integrated V-mount allows for battery capacity remaining and just more native connectivity, more reliability. The only problem is it doesn't have any power out options, so you'd have to use the D-taps on the battery, which means you have to take all those out whenever you do a battery switch. That's kind of annoying. Something small, the media door. On the FX6, it's very hard to get into it. I have small fingers and it's still difficult. So this one opens up all the way, it inserts laterally, much easier. Now this is something that I wish they had improved a little bit on, but they're in the right direction, and that is their EVF. They have the relocatable LCD screen that you can put a loop on it. So it's an optical loop. I wish it was just a digital EVF. Like the FX9, you could just flip it up and look inside the LCD, flip it closed, look through the EVF. This one, it takes a reorientation, which is not ideal for run and gun work. However, if you're gonna be doing shoulder work, it is nice just to have that loop there. Dual XLR, great. I love it. It's great for run and gun. And when you use the FX9 top handle, which I never saw that coming, I didn't think it would be compatible, you get all of the smart handle functionalities, record button, servo zoom, menu navigation. So I love that they made it compatible with the FX9 top handle, and it just expands your audio options. Dual SDI, I will gladly take this. I have one SDI on this FX6. Having two just makes the world go around easier, especially if you're on set with a little bit bigger crew. This is so minor, but it makes a big difference. The Rosette is built into the handle. So for this one, if I want to have an extension arm, I have to get a plate, I have to rig it up for shoulder use. Having a Rosette built in just allows you to be a little bit more customized with your accessories. And it has this quick release handle, so you don't have to buy the relocatable shape side grip that I have. For run and gun work, you're always wanting fast boot up times. FX6 takes about 4 seconds. This takes 2. That is a massive difference. The pre-record, so a lot of times for fishing shows or wildlife, when you're waiting for action to happen, you don't want to be rolling all the time. FX6 has pre-record. It's nice to see that run and gun feature in this higher cinema camera. Now this solves a major issue that I have with my power distribution. So in order to use the Tilta V-mount plate, it goes into the DC port in the back, and it plugs into the battery pins. So I'm using up all of my battery inputs with just one source. That's not great. So with this one, you can have a V-mount on the back and use the 4-pin XLR to go into a wall. So you have redundancy and power. I'm always a fan of that. No open gate, which is kind of weird, but they did say that would come in a firmware issue. I don't use open gate scan, but for other people in this price range, they definitely would. And just a small thing, they don't have false color. I use it on my small HD monitor. It would be nice to just have it in the camera. The Venice has it, so kind of confused why the Burano doesn't have it. But overall, this is a very welcomed product in their lineup. It's much more in line with the Sony f55, f5. That is what I wish the FX6 was, and this is that. It's stronger, it's more compact, it's got all of the higher end features just built into it. So at $25,000, I'm not the ideal customer, but these things drop in price. I think the F55s were $25,000, and now you can get them for about $3 grand. So I love this direction. The only thing I'm not really a fan of is the 8K sensor, that whenever you go to a smaller scan mode, it does crop in. So if you're in 4K, you're cropping in a lot. Not really a fan of that. FX6 does not have that, but it only goes up to 4K. This is an amazing release. I'm so happy they're going more into the cinema direction rather than the prosumer direction, but it's nice to have all these different levels of products that you can grow with, that the productions can call for. This really does seem like an all-in-one type of camera. I wanted to get this out. This is not the type of video that I typically do. I have a BTS vlog, so filming ESPN tomorrow, but I just wanted to get this video out. And lastly, I'll be in Dallas this weekend hosting my Dallas Filmmaker Meetup. I do these things all around the country, done it a bunch of times in Orlando, recently in Atlanta, now it's Dallas. So if you're in the area, grab tickets at the link below in the comments, and we're just gonna have a fun night of networking, entrepreneurship conversations, and meeting new filmmakers. So I'll see you there.